his other supporters.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Well, we can talk now to Adam Deen, who is a former member of Al-Muhajirun, now works for the think tank Quilliam. We're also joined by Professor Richard Eakins, head of Policy Exchange's Judicial Power Project. Policy Exchange is a centre-right think tank, and also joining us Hanif, Qadir, the CEO of the Active Change Foundation, a London-based organisation he co-founded in 2003 to encourage young people away from being radicalised. Thank you all very much for joining us. Adam Deen, you've experience of being within Al-Muhajirun and now work against exactly that now. What are your thoughts on the release, not just of Anjem Choudhury, but all the others we were just hearing about?
Well, I'm concerned, and I think we should all be. I think it's highly unlikely that Anjem has sort of become a reformed extremist, and without a doubt, his imprisonment would have served as kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, and he would have gained a lot of credence in the eyes of his followers. And I suspect that he will rejuvenate Al-Muhajirun's activities.
Hanif, Qadir, what do you think? How much of a threat?
He's always been a threat, and no matter if he's in prison or whether he's outside. I mean, this guy's too clever. He's too cunning, and the damage he's already done, I'm afraid, is the seeds he's sown are now bearing fruit. I mean, his activities are still going on. This is the West Midlands, distributing leaflets out in the street unabated, unchallenged. His team, his soldiers are operating today.
So Daniel was saying that it's all gone quite quiet since he went inside in 2016.
They're not doing the demonstrations that they used to do before, but their soldiers are out there. You know, they're online, they're offline, they're going into local communities and they're distributing nonsense like this, but also encouraging and recruiting young men and women as we speak. It's the damage that he's done. It's just about repairing that now. You know, whether he comes out or not, he's an hero anyway to his people.
Richard Eakins, we were hearing from Daniel that 66 of 269 incidents linked to Al-Muhajirun. How much has taking Anjem Choudhury out of the picture while he's been in jail had an impact on trying to diminish its power?
I'm not sure what the answer to that question is, I'm afraid. I'm sure it's a very good thing to have him detained, and I share the assessment of the damage he's done thus far and the risk of his release after such a short time. I think it really does show a problem in the law as it stands, really, that he only gets a sentence of 5.5 years and is released after halfway. It seems grossly inadequate in view of the damage he's done and the fact that he has encouraged so many people to take up arms against our country and to serve with ISIS abroad and other very wicked things.
Adam Deen, how would you quantify the damage that has been done?
Well, the statistics show that there's always, we look at any kind of terrorist attack, the majority of these terrorist attacks, we can draw a straight line with Anjem or a member of Al-Muhajirun. And that's going to continue. The benefit for Anjem now is that he's kind of become more astute in terms of what he can say, what he can't say. But what actually confounds the problem is that 2 years back the environment was very different. Now what we have is an environment where far right extremism is on the rise, their voices are becoming louder, and the main focus is anti-Muslim hate. Now, the entire premise of the Al-Muhajirun ideology and propaganda is premised on the idea that Muslims, that is, that have to be against non-Muslims, that non-Muslims are the enemies of Islam. Now, consider that. And then you have the growing far-right problem of anti-Muslim hate. It's a vicious cocktail. And, unfortunately, if there are no restrictions on Anjem's activities and his access to the internet and who he meets, then we're back to square one again.